So just right on monsoon, I mean climate season. So the season of the tropical monsoon climate in regions like India, subcontinent we have done the cool dry season from October. So from October tropical monsoon from October to Feb what happens we know, right? So the sun is at the tropic of okay, October, okay, the Capricorn, high pressure, low temperature, high pressure in the Punjab region, temperature is 76 degrees Fahrenheit, like written, right? Then we have the hot dry season. Sun is at Tropic of Cancer. Low pressure develops in the continental region. What's the temperature? Temperature rises, of course. Temperature rises. So, Bombay has a mean May temperature of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So, what is the temperature in Bombay? In Bombay, it is 86 degrees Fahrenheit, which is considered as moderate for many parts of India and even hotter. The heat is so great as goes away. The shifting heat and the low relative humidity makes outdoor life extreme. The temperature is 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Day temperature is of 95 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. So, day temperature 95 degrees Fahrenheit are usually in central India, and the mean temperature in same maybe as high as 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Coastal districts are little relieved by the sea breezes. There is practically no rain anywhere. By May, the temperature is so high that an intense low pressure zone it develops is set up in the northwest India. The storms are frequent for okay. So low pressure zones develop in northwest India. The storms are frequent, followed by long-awaited rainstorm. Okay, so frequent dust storm. Rainstorm will break the middle of the transfer period. Okay. Now there comes the rainy season between mid-June to September. What happens in rainy season? With the burst of the southwest monsoon in the mid-June, torrential downpours sweep across the country to light everybody. Okay, southwest monsoon. Almost all the rain for the year falls within the rainy season. For example, in Bombay 19.9 inches are recorded in June and 24 inches in July. Okay. And 14.5 inches in August, as a further 10.6 inches in September. As much as 95% of the annual rainfall is concentrated within 4 months. Concentrated heavy rainfall pattern. So in Bombay we have 19.9 inches. in June. So right now we are in June, and it's literally raining here. 24 inches in July. And 14.5 inches in August. And a further 10.6 inches in September. So much of rainfall in India occurs during a monsoon period, and that's why we call it a pattern of concentrated heavy rainfall pattern. Feature of the crop, yeah. So this word is very important: concentrated heavy rainfall. Is the pattern of the tropical monsoon. Torrential downpours have an immediate impact on the local temperature. They lower the temperature considerably. The mean temperature for the okay. Some of the windward stations on the Himalayan foothills have a very heavy rainfall that is mostly due to orographic effect. Cherrapunji have an average annual rainfall of 425 inches. So Cherrapunji has an annual rainfall of 425 inches. And record has been set in 1861 that was 905 inches. We come towards a retreating monsoon. We'll make some important points on retreating monsoon that we can't remember. It will help us in revising at the last moment. Retreating monsoon, the amount and the frequency of rain decreases towards the end of the rainy season. It retreats gradually southwards after mid-September until it leaves the continent altogether. The Punjab plains will receive the southwest monsoon earliest. Okay. Punjab plains which receive the southwest monsoon and the earliest are the first to see the withdrawal of the monsoon. The skies are clear again and the cool dry season returns in October with the outgoing of the northwest monsoon. Just mention this point that Punjab is the earliest to receive it. Receives the southwest monsoon at the earliest. And the Punjab region will be also the earliest to see the withdrawal of the monsoon. Yes, yes. Guys, those are watching who are interested, they can like, share, and subscribe the channel. Hi Akash, hi Akash, sorry Akash. You see the one with the withdrawal of the monsoon. So moving on. So it retreats gradually southwards up to mid-September until it leaves the content altogether. The Punjab plains visit the southwest monsoon on this are the first to see the withdrawal of the monsoon. The skies are clear again and cool dry season returns with the outgoing of the northwest monsoon. The role of the monsoon in India is vital to its economy. Thousands will perish when there is too much water from the rainy monsoon. Severe floods occur, destroying both crops and lives and disrupting communications. In no part of the world has a climate affected humans' way of life so profoundly as in the monsoon lands. So nothing to do. Tropical marine climate. We have already solved the MCQs. Now it just will revise and finish it fast. Tropical marine climate. This type of climate is experienced along the eastern coastal margins of the continent. The tropical lands receiving steady rainfall from the trade winds and the convergence of the trade winds at the ITCZ zone, intertropical convergence zone. Trade winds of the time. The rainfall is both orographic, where the moist trade means upland masses as in the eastern Brazil, and the convectional due to intense heating during the day and in summer. Its tendency is towards a summer maximum. Okay, as in the monsoon lands, but without any distinct dry period. November, okay. Western coast of Queensland under the constant influence of the southeast trade winds, and in summer also affected by the tropical monsoons. Its wettest months are in I have written this. Its wettest months are in January, February, March, which is summer in the southern hemisphere. Approximately 70% of the annual rainfall is concentrated in the 4 summer months. There is no month without any rainfall. The range of temperature is typical of the tropical latitudes with a maximum of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. In January and 80 degrees Fahrenheit in January, and the minimum 70 degrees Fahrenheit in July, a range of 12 degrees Fahrenheit for the year. Due to the steady influence of the trades, the tropical maritime climate is more favorable for habitation, but it's prone to more severe tropical cyclones, hurricanes, or typhoons. Okay. Tropical monsoon forest, agriculture developments in the monsoon lands, tropical marine plantation agriculture, cash crops. Then we'll be having highland plantation crops. So just we'll make quick notes of this para. Whatever we don't know, we'll make notes of all that thing only. What we know, we'll not make notes of that. Tropical marine climate. So this will be very handy notes that you can revise in last minute on what you don't know and what you're more prone to forgetting things which you don't know. So this type of climate is experienced along the eastern coast of tropical lands, receiving steady rainfall from the trade winds all the time. So this thing I know, so I'm not going to make note of this statement. Rainfall is both orographic, where the moist trade winds meet upland masses as in the eastern Brazil, and convectional due to intense heating during the day and the summer. I know this. So its tendency is towards a summer maximum as in the monsoon lands, but without any distinct dry period. So this I can make the notes of this statement because it can be given like its tendency is towards a summer maximum. So this word is very important, summer maximum. As in the monsoon lands, but without any similar to a tropical monsoon type of climate, but again it doesn't have any distinct dry season. It has a very short period dry season due to the subtropical high and descending of the air in the subtropical high due to high pressure. Okay. Influence of the southeast trade winds and some also affected by tropical monsoon. Now I will make notes of this statement. Its wettest months are in January, February, March, and April. So these are the wettest months. March, April. This is summer in the southern hemisphere. Okay. Approximately 70%. The range of the temperature is typical of the tropical latitudes with a maximum of 82 degree Fahrenheit in January and a maximum of 70 degree Fahrenheit in July. A range of 12 degree Fahrenheit for the year. So the variation of temperature is very low due to the steady influence of the trade. The tropical marine climate is more favorable for habitation, but is more prone to severe tropical cyclones. Okay, we have done this. Oh, sorry. No month without any rainfall. Now moving towards tropical monsoon forest. We'll see what points we know and what points we don't know. And the points which we don't know, we'll note it down and we'll revise it again, and then we'll know that point. So this is how you can go in for effective study and effective revision. Tropical monsoon forest. The natural vegetation of the tropical monsoon lands depend on the amount of summer rainfall, of course. The more the rainfall, more denser will be the vegetation. Simple as that. Like the evergreen forest, they have dense canopy cover. Trees are normally deciduous because of the marked dry. Of course, there will be some in monsoon, tropical monsoon type of forest. There will be some deciduous forest because some seasons, some months are dry. So this is geography book. So we will have trees are normally deciduous because of the marked dry season during which they shed their leaves to withstand a drought. So if you don't know this point, you can just note it down. Yes, Ravi. Hello, hi, Sammy. Okay, let's move on. So if you don't know this line, just you can note it down and you can revise it later. To the standard drought. So the natural vegetation of tropical monsoon lands depend on the amount of the summer rainfall. Trees are normally deciduous because of the marked dry period. I know these points, I'm not going to note it down. Simple as that. So this is an effective way of revising your chapters. The point which you don't know, you have to note that point down. During which set their leaves to withstand a drought where the rainfall is heavy. For example, in the southern Burma, peninsular India, northern Australia, and the coastal regions with a tropical marine climate, the resultant vegetation is the forest. So I have already learned all these things, so I don't need to finish it over. So trees are normally deciduous because of the marked dry period in which they shed their leaves to withstand the drought. But the rainfall is heavy. Example in the tropical monsoon. Okay. In the Burma Peninsula, India, northern Australia, and the coastal regions with a tropical marine climate, the resultant vegetation is forest. So we know this. We don't need to write it down. The forests are more open and less luxuriant. Of course, we all know the forests are less denser than the equatorial type of climate, equatorial jungle, and there are far few species. Species, okay. Most of the forest yield valuable timber and the price for their durable hardwood. Okay, we will find a hardwood there. Amongst this stick is the best known. So, teak is a deciduous forest. I remember this. I mean tree. Sorry. Amongst the stick is the best known. Burma alone accounts for as much as three-quarters of the world's production. So, hardwood, Burma. Burma alone accounts for as much as three-quarters of the world's production. It is such a durable timber that it is extensively used for shipbuilding, furniture. Hello, Junaid. So it is such a durable timber that it is extensively used for the shipbuilding, furniture, and other constructional purposes. Right. Other kinds of timber include sal, acacia, and some varieties of eucalyptus. All you have to note it down because these are the deciduous trees. Tribal timber that it is extensively used for the shipbuilding, furniture, other kinds of game. Other kinds of timber include sal, all the hardwood trees, acacia and eucalyptus. In northern Australia. Together with the forest are the bamboo thickets, which often go to great heights. Okay, nothing to do here. So with the decreasing rainfall in summer, the forests thin out into thorny scrubland or savanna type of forest. So when there is a decrease in the rainfall, we see savanna type of vegetation. The scattered trees main feature of the monsoon forest. Scattered trees and tall grass. In parts of the Indian subcontinent, rainfall is so deficient that semi-desert conditions are found. Monsoon vegetation is thus most varied, ranging from forest to thickets and from savannas. Now, this is a very most one of the most important point in tropical monsoon forest type of vegetation. That it has greater variations. Rainforest does not have that much of greater variation. Monsoon forest vegetation has more variations because we find evergreen forest, evergreen trees, deciduous trees, savanna type of vegetation. So decrease in rainfall. The forest is surrounded by thorny scrubland or savannas. A savanna with scattered trees and tall grass. So I will note this point because I think this is one of the most important points. So in parts of the Indian subcontinent, rainfall is so deficient that the semi-desert conditions found. Monsoon vegetation is thus most varied, ranging from forest to thickets and from savanna to scrubland. This is the most important high reserve important statement that I have come across. Hi Rishabh, how are you? Yeah, I think so. It's most varied, ranging from forest to thickets and from savanna to scrubland. From forest to thickets. Yeah, I'll try to experiment with my channel. Sometime it works, sometime it doesn't work. So it's no. So monsoon vegetation is thus most ranging from forest to thickets to and from savanna to scrubland. So that's this how you should read any book. If you have already read it before and just need to revise, you just need to focus on the specific statements, and you should ask yourself, do you know this statement? If you don't know this statement, you have to write it down and revise it again. So now moving towards agriculture development in the monsoonal land. So how the agriculture develops in the monsoonal land. So I would say it is the most fertile land. It develops in the tropical monsoon type of climatic region. So agriculture development in the monsoon lands. Much of the monsoon forest has been cleared for agriculture to support the very dense population. The cultural landscape throughout the length and breadth of the monsoon lands deeply reflects the intensity of the human's quest for subsistence. Okay. Wherever possible, crops are grown. The plains are plowed and the hills are terraced to provide farmland. Farms are small and the people are forever land hungry. In their quest for the land, they have removed the natural vegetation, sometimes wantonly, resulting in the acute soil erosion. Hi games. I'm studying blah 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 that you commented. So wherever possible, crops are grown, the plains are plowed, and the hills are terraced to provide farmland. Farms are small, and the people are forever land hungry. In their quest for land, they have removed the natural vegetation, sometimes only resulting in acute soil erosion. This is particularly serious in the Indian subcontinent, which has a very high density of population with a rapid rate of growth. But in the plains, the same piece of the land may have been tilted for generations with little to no replenishment, and yet able to yield fairly reasonable patterns. So I don't need to write all this point because I already know it, that there has been so much of agricultural activities and the crops related activities that it is leading to soil erosion. It's already So wherever possible, crops are grown, the plains are plowed and the hills are terraced to provide from what they've done. In the request of they have removed the natural vegetation, sometimes only resulting in the acute soil erosion. This is particularly serious in the okay. Now we'll move to tropical agriculture. So just it was an introductory statement. We don't need to write it down. How study will harm me? I didn't understand. So tropical agriculture, moving towards tropical agriculture, depend on natural rainfall and the large labor force reaching its greatest magnitude in the monsoon lands. Hi Didi, how were you helping me? I didn't understand. There's some technical issue from my side. I need to complete this chapter, that's why I have to study. I've already slept for more than 8 hours, so I don't need nap anymore. So tropical agriculture depend on natural rainfall and the large labor force reaching its greatest magnitude in the monsoon lands. The soil provides the basis for the livelihood of millions. Farming is not only a dominant occupation of the greater part of the people but also forms the mainstay of the economy of the Indian subcontinent, China, Southeast Asia, Eastern Brazil, and the West Indies. Literally raining here. With this background real. It's a wallpaper. Pakoda. No, no, I'm on diet. I'm taking medicine. Yes, I'm taking medicine. I was having severe stomach pain, so I underwent endoscopy. And after that, I'm taking medicine, and the doctor has said me to avoid all the spicy food and pakoras and all whatever. And I'm under the control of a dietitian, so I can't it. Even coffee is not allowed. No milk products are allowed. Hi, squad. So I'm doing my masters in law and side by side preparing for other examination as well. From Mumbai. I'm doing masters from Mumbai University. It's literally dark. The very heavy rainfall. Oh my god. Okay, let's finish it fast. I don't want to take this tension anymore. Open world will end in 2026. Let it end. I don't know. No, I haven't seen all such videos. Okay, so my break is over. It was a nice break just to connect with you all guys. I'll be finishing this 1, 2, 3 pages are just left. I'll just finish it over. Tropical agriculture depends on natural rainfall and large labor force, which is its greatest magnitude in the monsoon land. The soil provides the basis for the livelihood of millions. Farming is not only the dominant occupation of the greater part of the people, but also forms the mainstay of the economy of the Indian subcontinent, China, Southeast Asia, Eastern Brazil, and the West Indies. Okay, so the following types of agriculture are recognizable. So this is important thing that you have to note it down. So why are you berozgar? You should do something in your life. Whatever you want, anything you can do. Maybe you can, if you are a student, you can study. Okay, hi games. Thank you so much. Okay, you have done your 12th recently. So you should not be berozgar after just completing your 12th. You should start your study, do your graduation. Complete your graduation, prepare for the examination. Nobody knows when the world will end actually. So with paddy agriculture, rice is the most important staple crop. So this is a very important one. Tropical monsoon, the economic in Indian subcontinent, China and Southeast Asia, Eastern Brazil and West Indies. Oh my god. Graduation you can do, from if you can do from the government college also, you don't require that much of money. You're talking in English, you have an Android phone, you're watching YouTube. So I don't think so you're that much poor that you can't complete your graduation. Soviet Palace in India, China, Southeast Asia, Western Brazil, West Indies. All this type of agriculture practices are found with paddy cultivation. Okay, so practices the form of agriculture that is practiced here is with paddy cultivation. Rice is the most important staple crop and is grown in tropical lowlands where. Hey, what's the time? Rice is the most important staple crop and is grown in tropical lowlands where the rain exceeds 70 inches. Rice rain exceeds 70 inches. How many people are watching your country? I don't know. People are watching me or they don't watch me. I don't feel so. I'm more interested in finishing my syllabus actually, revising it. If people will love my video, then they will watch. If they will not like, then of course they're not going to watch it. So I don't take that much of tension in how many people are watching or not watching. It is perhaps the most characteristic crop of the monsoon and its total acreage far exceeds at any other crop. In fact, very few areas outside the influence of the monsoon ever take to the cultivation of the paddy. There are two main varieties of wheat paddy, which is mainly grown in the lowlands. Just give me some time. I'll just set it properly.